This is Tea Time with Tay, and I am Taylor. And today we have Hannah Alexander.
Hi.
She plays for the 16UA here at Forza North. So to start us off, Hannah, we see that we brought different mugs. What does this mug mean to you?
Well, I went to London 2 years ago, and I really liked it. I got to spend time with my family a lot there, so I got this mug to remember that.
Nice. This mug is from Target. Represents me very well. Insert eye roll here. Okay, so we're going to talk about the pandemic, mass volleyball, all that. And to start us off, how was it in the very beginning of the pandemic when you first heard about it? Not related to volleyball, just when you first heard about a global pandemic.
At first, I was I never thought it would affect us this much. It's far away. It's not even here yet. I was like, nothing's gonna happen, And then it started getting worse from there. Really bad.
So in the middle of the pandemic, when we were on the shutdown and volleyball was taken, how did that settle with you?
At first I was like, it's only gonna last 3 weeks, but then after a while, I felt very unproductive with everything. I was like, 'cause I'm always here, I'm always doing volleyball, and I couldn't do that anymore. And school was out, so I had nothing to do. I just felt very unproductive.
Okay, so the first, you kind of push it away. It's not real.
Yeah,
I can agree. That was the same for me. It's only a longer spring break.
Yeah,
that's how I looked at it.
Yeah.
But then once the middle hit and it was starting to get more serious, it was definitely hard. So when you heard volleyball was coming back, what was your first thought, your first expression?
I was excited to see my teammates, for one. I miss them so much. We did team Zooms all the time, but it wasn't the same. And all the live Zooms and stuff we did, we were no one really wanted to do them. We liked it, but we were it's not the same. So I was just excited to see my teammates and the coaches and just get back to live somewhat normal life, I guess.
Yeah. So the big question and the big concern with everyone is having to play with a mask.
Yeah.
So when we announced that we were going to have to start playing and practicing in masks, what was your initial thought?
I was I was just dang it. I didn't want to do this. It's going to be hard to breathe. But you get used to it. It's very annoying because it keeps slipping down in the middle of plays. I pick it back up really quick. But it kind of gets hard to breathe, but you just get used to it after a week.
So we've been playing with them for about a month,
a
month or two. So it's easier to play. So with the changes of our sport, we are no longer in SCVA. SCVA is still around, which is very good. But PVL, how do you like the changes with PVL? The setup of tournaments?
I really like it. I like playing for the whole weekend and also leaving earlier on both days because at SCVA we do playoffs. We wouldn't go home till 6 o'clock at night. So I really like going home at 2 or 1, but then going back to just play again with my teammates is also really fun.
So let's start this off first. What is your name?
Samantha.
How old are you?
6.
What is your name?
Jenna.
And how old are you?
6.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. I'd like to know, why did you start playing volleyball?
I came last time, but then I stopped, and then I came back, and then I was playing at home, and my mom asked me, and then I said yeah.
Do you like playing because your older sister plays?
Yeah.
Jenna, why did you start playing volleyball?
A really long time ago.
Did you start playing because your sister played?
Yeah.
You love it?
Yeah.
We're here with Chloe.
Hi.
She plays for the 12s. So, first things first, why did you choose this mug?
I chose this mug because I got it for my birthday, and it's just funny because I love my dogs.
Nice. What kind of dogs do you have?
2 German Shepherds.
Oh, you have dogs.
Yeah.
You have a pug. It's a really big pig. That's how I look at her, a little pig. Nice. When you first heard of the pandemic, what did you think?
I thought it's a big disease, and it's gonna be very dangerous for most people, but some people it's not gonna be as bad. For sick people, it's gonna be super duper dangerous, but for other people, like kids my age, it's not going to be as dangerous for older people.
Nice. So it happened around spring break. Were you excited to have an extra long spring break? Was that your first thought process?
Yeah, I was definitely happy to have a spring break, but as I got into it, I started getting really, really bored because I wasn't being able to do anything. Like, I wasn't able to see my friends. I wasn't able to come to practice. I wasn't able to do it.
So as it went on, April, May, middle of the pandemic, how was it? How was it when volleyball was taken? And like you said, your friends, like, how do you think you were doing?
I was doing not so well, but like I kept rolling through because I kept thinking like it was gonna get better as we go on, and I also thought that I was going to like work my best to think of how I can make things get better. Like I can practice volleyball at my house instead of having to come here, and I can maybe FaceTime my friends and all that.
Smart, nice. So when you heard volleyball was coming back, it was around June, July. What was like your first emotion, your first thought?
I was really happy to come back because I missed my friends and my team so much, and I just love this environment.
Nice. Ooh, paper. Yes. Okay, so we have been playing with masks for about a month, a little more over a month. How is it? When you first heard you were going to be, because every time you went outside, you had to wear a mask, and then finally you were in volleyball where you didn't have to wear it. But when we announced that we were going to have to start wearing masks in the gym, what was your initial thought?
I thought that it was going to be definitely a little bit more difficult because it was going to be harder to breathe, like because when you run, you start like getting tired, and so you're going to start panting, so you're going to have to figure out how to breathe through it, and I felt like kind of trapped in the mask.
So now that you've been playing with it for a month or so, how is it now?
I've definitely gotten used to it, and I'm getting used to it like as I keep practicing with it, and it's not so bad now that I keep like using it.
And have you had a tournament?
Yeah.
How was it with the tournament?
It was pretty difficult, but I got used to it like really fast, so it started getting easier.
Good, nice. So, with the changes of the sport and having to play with masks and parents not being allowed to be in the gym, only I know some gyms it's 2 parents, some gyms it's 1, so they can stream the live. How do you like it now, or do you not like it because of all the changes?
I kind of don't like it because like my mom, she can't come in, and my dad can't come in to watch me play, and I know that they like to record it so all my family can watch it. But one reason I do really like it is because like it's so much more empty like in the gym, so I can like focus on one thing I need to do.
Nice. Look at you finding positives.
Hello, Tara.
Hi, Taylor.
Nice to be meeting you outside. So when they found out that we were reopening the gym and they were able to come back, what was their response to that?
They were beyond excited. I mean, they were.
How fast did it take them to get to the gym?
They couldn't wait to get back in the gym.
Okay, and today we have Presley Lillard with us from the 18s. Hey. So to start us off, why did you pick this mug?
This is my mug. It's Hogwarts themed. It has all the houses.
What is your house?
I'm a Gryffindor, rising Hufflepuff, forever.
I'm a Slytherin, rising Hufflepuff, definitely. Good old Slytherin. Yep. Nice. Good. Okay, so to start us off, no one knows, this is my younger sister. Yes, she's taller than me.
Sister.
Yeah, she's taller, but she is younger. But, so, when, we're going to talk about the pandemic. So when it first started, what was your reaction? When it first started?
I was like, a break. No school, no volleyball, let's do it. Netflix, sleeping, 24/7. And I think everyone was like that. Like, we finally get a break. We can just chill 2 weeks. Let's do it, spring break. So it's going to keep going.
Yes.
Got it.
So in the middle of the pandemic, when everything was taken, when we were put on shutdown, volleyball's gone, everything, you're hearing school's not going to finish. How did you respond to that?
Well, first I was not looking at the future. I was more looking like at present time. I already knew we weren't going to go back to school, so that sucked. And then I was like, JOs got canceled, AAs got canceled, no more volleyball. That's when it kind of got scary because it was like, now let's look at the future. Like for Fresno, where I'm going, they canceled school. So that scared me because volleyball season happens in the fall. So I was like, well, they don't have a season. Like, let's like.
What happens to you?
Yeah. And so, then everything was just the future and everything was changing. And that's what was terrifying. You never knew what was going to happen. And it's still like that today. So it was really scary.
Nice. So when you heard volleyball was coming back, what was your initial reaction?
Like club?
Yeah, so when you heard that Forza was reopening and we were going back to camps and clinics, what was your first response?
Well, I was happy because I was just peppering with Mom every day outside of our house, and it was getting really annoying.
She forced me to pepper as well.
And her, yes, every day. Or against the wall, which was not good for the...
You did make a makeshift, Dad made a makeshift
for my arm.
little thing, yeah.
We made like
for
this
arm swings.
box thing, and you hit it, and it just flew everywhere, and I was over it. So when we went back to camps, I was so happy to see my team, and that was really nice. And just playing, it was very, very nice.
So when we first got back to sport, we didn't have to wear masks. Coaches had to wear masks, but players didn't. So when the club announced that we were going to be playing in masks and having to practice, how did you feel?
Cried myself to sleep. I absolutely hate it. It's like I know, I don't want people to be like, it's a pandemic, but like you're sweating and you're like, I just don't get it. But I get it. Like we have to wear it, but we're just so close all the time. And it just falls. Like you go up to hit, it's like on my chest, and I'm like, what the heck? And you just have to keep. Or when you're cheering, and like I literally cheer, I'm like, oh my god, and then I cheer and then I bring it back up. Like it's funny, but I don't like it. But we have to wear it for the rest, probably of our lives. So I get used to it now.
How was it in your tournament? I can see that you guys took first place, PVL.
Yeah, we did. Champions.
How was it?
It was.
That was your second tournament with a mask, right?
Yeah.
How?
Yes. Well, the mask or the tournament.
How was it playing with a mask?
You get used to it. Like after the first tournament,
Mm-hmm.
But the second tournament, I kind of like forgot it was there. Except for cheering, like I said, you have to like scream and then put it back. But if you get a good rep, I mean, you can, have your nose. But some of those reps are like, keep it up. But I sweat a lot. So I have like 5 masks in my backpack and I have to rotate every match, which is crazy. And I wash them all the time. But I have like 5 and I just...
You have 5 rotating.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's
very nice.
A routine.
So, we've spoken about this, the changes that have happened with playing in tournaments. Do you enjoy or not like how parents can't be in there and just the changes? Now there's a new league, there's PBL instead of being an SCVA, but SCVA is still a thing. Do you like these changes or you don't like these changes?
Well, for the parents, I think I love fans. It's fun. I mean, I can do without them, but I just feel bad for them because they spend all this money and all this time and they have to go outside.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
They have to watch it on a screen.
Yeah.
If it's working.
They do all this for their child to just have to sit outside and watch a screen, which sucks for them. So I hope that we can find like a way for more parents to come inside. And if I have COVID and I go to another girl night, like my parents will have it. Like I'm with them 24/7. But it's like I get it, more people, more possibilities.
More exposure.
Yeah. But no, I like PBL. I mean, we played our last tournament against really good teams. But it's nice that we won because now we're like in the top, so we could just play better teams and get better for Kansas and playing teams across the country and everything. But yeah, nice. I like it. I like their little like 5-team pool and like it's over in 2 days instead of just 1 day and you get out faster, which is nice.
It's played on 2 courts.
Yeah, and it like trains us to like go like longer because it's over the whole weekend instead of just 1 day.
Mm-hmm. It prepares you for out-of-state tournaments. Nice. I like it.
For my channel. My first question to you is, how was it change having to coach with a mask on?
I think the biggest change has been communication. I think a lot of nonverbal cues are getting missed. Just they're not able to see our faces. We can't smile at them, so we have to make sure we're over communicating past our masks.
Nice. And so during this lockdown, there was great news on your part. You were engaged. How excited are you about that?
I'm so excited. It's a little stressful planning a wedding during a pandemic just because we don't know what's going to happen, but it's still exciting nonetheless.
Nice.
Ethan from the Boys 18s. Hello. Thank you for being here. We're also have a fun friend, Max. He is our furry friend that is here today with us as well. So, how long have you had Max?
About 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
So Max is your service dog?
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah. You guys do everything together pretty much?
Pretty much. He just doesn't come to school with me. I mean, he could, but it'd just be a hassle and I don't really need him there. So he stays at home there. But now that we're at home for school, he just sits in the room. So.
Yeah, I was about to say, he probably loves it.
Yeah.
It was the best thing that happened. 2020 was his best year.
Yeah, he's pretty clean, so.
Oh, understandable. Nice. Okay, so first things first, why the mug?
My dad and me were just big Eagles fans, and we have been for a long time.
Nice. I don't know anything about football, Ethan. I'm just giving you a hard time. My dad's a 49ers fan, so I'm just giving you a hard time. I know. Couldn't even tell you anybody's. I know the Steelers. Oh, they have 2 losses. But that's all that I know when it comes to football. But first things first, when the pandemic first hit in March, we just found out about it, good old Friday the 13th, what was your first response?
I wasn't expecting it to be as big at first. You know, a lot of people were just like, oh, just an extra week off school, My parents are both in education, and so they kind of knew that it was going to be a lot bigger than it was. And my dad's an administrator, and so he was telling me, he's like, we don't think we're going to go back. And I was choosing not to believe him at first, but then I started realizing that it was like a much bigger deal, and I was like, okay, you're going to have to get used to this. And it was kind of stressful at first, but as I got more used to it, it became more.
Yeah, so in the middle of the pandemic, so you play volleyball and basketball.
Yeah.
So when you found out both sports were shutting down, how did you feel about that?
Well, basketball had already finished for the most part, so that was all right. And then volleyball, it was my first season. It was just getting canceled after a couple of games, so it was sad for me. It was a little bit. I mean, I knew that I would have another season. I was only a sophomore, and so I knew that I would have other opportunities. But it was still, for the first season getting canceled, it just kind of sucked.
Yeah, it was hard. So when you found out that sports were going to start coming back and you were able to go back into the gyms, how did you feel?
I was pretty excited. I was bored being at home for a really long time. I needed something to do.
Yeah.
So it was mainly just the aspect of getting outside and being active that I was most looking forward to.
Did you ever go to a park and play basketball? It's easier to play basketball than it is to play volleyball. It's like trying to find the net and play with other people, but basketball is a little easier.
Yeah. I have a twin brother, and he plays basketball too.
Nice.
And so we play a lot together. We go to parks and we play together. And I have a couple of friends that we play basketball with too. So.
Did you force your brother to ever pepper with you?
I tried, but he's not really the best at it.
He wasn't about it.
He's not really in. He's just something he has to try to be good at. That's new to him. Is not his thing. So understandable. So with the having to come back, when we first started, players weren't using masks, coaches were. How was it when we announced that now every time you come in the gym, you have to wear your mask? How was it with playing volleyball? Volleyball, it was easy for me to adapt to. It's not a lot of heavy breathing when playing volleyball. It was kind of just knowing more how to learn how to control your breaths better to like make yourself not be as exhausted. And then I got used to it pretty easily. And I mean, if the worst thing that happened is that you have to wear a mask, I'd rather play in my mask.
Exactly.
So-
So volleyball has a little.
Yeah, more class.
Yeah. Nothing against basketball.
No.
Nothing. But okay, so with the changes to the sport, have you guys had a tournament?
For basketball, there was one, but I wasn't playing.
So how about for volleyball?
For volleyball, yeah, we've had a couple.
So how was it with parents not being in the gym, and it was more like we as teams ref more of the game. We only have an up ref. We don't have as much as a down ref. Do you like that or do you not like that? Especially because it's your first season.
It's not the best. I mean, relying on the other team's honesty, whether whether the call is right or not, is not always the best. And yeah, I think it's reasonable, but it's not my favorite. I mean, I'd rather have a crowd. It helps you play better. I feel like me personally, I like having a crowd when I play just to like.
You like the noise?
Yeah, it just kind of hypes you up. For me, it makes me focus more when there's like background noise and people like cheering. Like I just like it helps me get in the zone.
Yeah, silence is awkward.
Yeah. So.
Okay. I get that.
Hi.
Hi,
What's your name?
Jennifer Jack.
Jennifer Jacks. I love it. Okay, how many girls do you have playing at Forza?
2.
2. And what teams are they on?
Volley Tots and 12 UA.
Volley Tots, my favorite.
Coach right here.
I might be a little biased to Volley Tots. Okay, so when the girls found out that volleyball wasn't going to happen anymore, how did they respond?
It was really, really awful. It was depressing and sad, and they wanted to be out playing volleyball every day.
So when they found out volleyball and Miss Jenna couldn't watch Descendants anymore, how did they respond to that? That they could come back to volleyball and be back in the gym with their friends?
They loved it. They loved being here. If they could be here every day, they would.
Today we have Brooke with us from the 14s. So to start us off, why the mug?
Well, this is like my mom's mug. It says "Sorry, not sorry," and I just think it's kind of funny. So it's my favorite one out of all of them.
Nice. That's how I was when I was little. I was just steal my mom's mug.
Yeah.
Be like, this is mine. Please don't use it. Understandable. Perfect. So we're going to dive right in. So first things first, when you first found out about the pandemic on good old March 13th, Friday the 13th, what was your first response?
I honestly just thought it'd be like a 2-week break from things, just to like chill and stay at home and have like some fun. But it just kind of got worse and worse after that.
Yeah, so in the middle of the pandemic, when the sports were taken, how were you doing? Like, where were you at?
I was like doing fine. I really didn't know when we were going back. I thought it would be soon. Like I was just doing the Zooms and the workouts that Forza put up. And yeah.
Nice. Did you make any cool things at home?
We did a lot of puzzles, and it was a lot of fun.
So much fun with the puzzles. Nice. I did a puzzle, and then my friend spilled stuff all over it, so I had to throw it away. It was great. Okay, so when you heard volleyball was coming back, were you really excited? Were you sprinting to the gym? How was it?
Like I was so excited. I wanted to come back like the first day, but like I still thought that we'd get shut down like the minute we opened. Yeah.
Understandable. So it's been a few months now. How do you like playing with a mask?
I honestly hate it. I don't think it's fun at all. But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to play.
How was it during your tournament?
Well, I actually wasn't here. I was on the 3-week quarantine that I had to do. It sucked watching them because I wish I was there.
Were you able to watch it? Did they live stream it?
Yeah, they live streamed it.
Nice. So that is something that is very convenient now, is that we are live streaming games. Parents are using Periscope, Facebook Live.
Yeah.
So it is nice. The only downfall is that we have to use it because parents can't be in the gym. So when you're talking to your teammates about the tournament and like catching up with them, what did they have to say about it?
They said that it was kind of frustrating having to wear a mask, but it was fine. It was manageable, but the parents had to sit outside the whole time and that kind of stuff. But,
Yeah.
I mean, understandable.
Yeah. So since we've been back and things have been changing and having to, like you said, play with the mask, are you happy to be back, or are you still like on edge that we might have to go back to shut down?
I think that we might have to go back, but I don't know if it'll be sooner or later. But I mean, I'm fine with wearing a mask. It still sucks, but you gotta play.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
I understand. Hi, this is Taylor with Tea Time with Tay. I would like to say thank you for watching our video, but please, at the very end, keep your comments, negative comments, to yourself. These are children, these are athletes, and they took the time to open up and be real and raw with us and with me, and I would really appreciate all positivity. Thank you. That is the ending of part 1.
Ooh, that was fast.
All right, it's the clinking time. But not clinking, but I mean, we're related, but no. You're not supposed to flip it. It's fake. I'm just kidding, it's real. I love her. I promise. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna go one, 2, 3. We're gonna do a cheesy, like, okay. Ready? Yeah, 3, 1, 2, 3. No, don't touch it.
Where's the clink?
We're not supposed to clink. We're supposed to stay 6 feet apart.
Oh.
I'm so close putting that in the booth.
I'm like,
Yeah.
See, this is why siblings don't listen. I specifically said we're not clinking, but it's a clink. And what do you do?
we say clink?
Oh,
Okay.
it's just a ready. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, wait for me, guys.